So I have a simple statement. So I know like a lot of you are all like, oh, I wish I had a man that was loyal and faithful and honest. And I wish I had a woman that could pour into me. She could be my safe space. Like, I wish I had someone who was faithful to me. I wish I had someone that could speak life into me, uplift me. Women saying, I wish I had a man that could be there for me when I need him so I can take some of this weight off my shoulders and all the things. Like, we are asking and wishing and praying that we have these things. But let me ask you this. The thing that you are saying you wish you had, are you that for yourself? Number one. And number two, can you be that for somebody else? Like, if you say you wish you had someone who would uplift you and speak life into you, do you do that in return? If you say, I wish I had someone who would take some of these things off of my shoulders, are you willing to do that for your friends or the people that you have in your life? Like, the problem that I see most in relationships is that a lot of people are asking for something, but unwilling to give the very thing that they're asking. You're asking for a safe space, but you're not a safe space for that person that you're asking to be your safe space. Like, you're asking someone to, I wish you could be there for me when I'm having a hard time. You're asking for that. But yeah, you're not there for them when they're having a hard time. You're not there for them when they were grieving. You're not there for them when they needed you the most. You're not there from them, or maybe you were sort of. Because another thing I find in people is that you give yourself so much credit for what you've done, but are you loving your partner, or were you with that person and loved them in the way they needed to be loved, the way they needed to feel supported? When they were going through their grieving process, were you with them during that time and supporting them the way they needed you to be there for them as they were grieving? Were you faithful? Were you walking with integrity? Or were every time you got mad, you tapped off, you went and did what you wanted to do, you was not faithful, you were messing with other women because she wasn't giving you what you needed, so you had to go off and do something else? And women, if he wasn't treating you right, then you felt like you had to go get attention from another man. Like, the problem that so many of you are having is that you are asking for something that you cannot even give in return. And that don't even make sense to me. You cannot ask for something that you are unwilling to give in return, and you also can ask for something that you can't be the forerunner in doing. It's, oh, well, if he's my safe space, then I'll be his safe space. How about you just start being a safe space? How about that? How about you just be that first? How about, fellas, you say, oh, I can't be vulnerable with this woman again. Okay, well then why are you in a relationship with someone that you can't be vulnerable and open with? What is the point of the relationship if it is shallow and stagnant and not moving? You guys are just showing up and just saying I'm with somebody, but you aren't there for each other when you're needed. I'm so confused on what you guys define as relationship, because the relationship that a lot of you are defining, that's not true relationships. Because relationships are peace. Even in chaos, I'm here with you and I'm walking this with you. I think a lot of you have learned how to make toxic, dysfunctional relationships normal. And they are not normal. It is not normal for you to always point the finger at somebody else. Meanwhile, you get to sit back and not show up and sit in your comfort zone. You got all these boundaries that you set, but you expect somebody to break down your walls, show me that you could be a safe space, show me that you could be this, prove to me this, prove to me that. Meanwhile, you sit there with your hands up, not doing nothing, just looking at the other person, hoping that they can prove to you what they need to be for you because the last person didn't do it. You got your nerve. Why not just be single? Matter of fact, just be by yourself, because who wants to deal with a person who can't be vulnerable and open? Who wants to deal with a person where you always point the finger at somebody else? I wish I had a woman that would speak life into me, but yeah, you had a woman that speak life into you and you cheated on her, you disrespected her, you disregarded her feelings, and now she's not doing that no more. Now you mad. Instead of repairing the relationship, if you choose to be in a relationship with her, repair it so that she can do those things for you again. because you broke something in her. You did that. And now you got to pay the cost for that. You don't have to heal her. Her healing is her responsibility. That's not you, that's her. But you do have to rebuild that trust again for her to be able to speak life back into you again. Ladies, if you had a man that cheated on you, it is your responsibility to heal your heart so that you can trust him again. It takes two to rebuild that relationship. So again, I'm going back to my original question. The very thing that you say you desire, are you that very thing for yourself? And are you that same thing for the person you're in relationship with? Because if you're not a safe space, if you're not speaking life, if you're not showing up and being supportive, if you're not checking in, if you're not being there for them, if you're not being vulnerable and open, then how can you expect someone to be that with you when you're not that with them? I'm just saying, this is just a conversation I'm just having with you. Think about it.